We are in the building. Let me see. What's up, Crystal? What's up, Rachel? Be in the building. Nayoka in the building. I haven't heard from you and your deals in a while, Nayoka. I'm kind of worried about you. Marv, Renee, Greg P, Marcelo. We're going to let some more people come in here. We got some more people jumping into the room before I start turning it up on 10. Greg, welcome.
Hey, what's happening? How are you?
Good. Look at Marv showing off all his ones over there, y'all. We know what we're going to get. I
didn't even realize I had my camera on, man.
Yeah, come on,
hey,
man.
Yo, big Marv, B. Hey, yo, Marv, what size you in, B? We might have to.
Exactly, Marv. Don't turn it off now, Marv.
We might have to swap some things out, B. I know you got some classics in there, B.
Yo, you still owe me that suit for my ones, man. Stop playing with me, Al. Stop playing.
Yo, word, facts, though.
You get all the good stuff for you, B. That's not right.
Nah, facts, though. Yeah, I definitely got it. Yeah, I got to get right. I definitely owe you that suit, though, for real.
Nick, what's going on, brethren? Nick, me and Nick was on, and Naheem was on. Did a nice go live the other day, talking about a couple of things. We got to definitely talk about a couple of group deals that Cats got together. We gotta definitely shout out my man Gerard, who's in the building. We gotta definitely congratulate everybody who got their deals in place. Purchases, Luis, come on, man. I miss you, bro. You don't even check in with me no more.
I'm here. I'm all in.
How you have my number and don't even tap in and be like, yo, Storm, how you doing? We used to be tight like that.
He getting some dollars now, B. That's what happens, though, you know.
Not even that. I got sick for a while, for about 10 days. And then I just came back from Florida. I was there for a week. I was house hunting. So I've been on the grind.
Okay. I hope you brought back something for the crew.
I did.
All right. RJ in the building. I'm gonna give everybody just a few more minutes. So, about 5 more minutes. Let everybody get in here.
Hey, yo, Storm, that last post with Malik.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a ball for real.
Yeah. Definitely met up with him about a couple of things. We always cooking over here.
No, I know.
We always cooking something up over here. He got a good situation that he's doing. That he's putting some stuff together that's really dope.
Hey, yo, Storm, you gonna tell him about the 21st or what you gonna do? We gonna keep down the house until we announce it.
We can't hold nothing back once we let it out like that. 21st.
Keep we
repping the 21st. Damn, we got okay. Let me let these 5 more people in. We on CP time, so we let a few more people in to jumping in. Yeah, the 21st, we doing an event in Brooklyn. A 1-day boot camp, Brooklyn. See, I'm trying to hold back on so much information. Yeah. Once I start, I give out. Let's see
how the day goes. You know what I mean? Let's rock out. We got a special guest. Let's rock out, and then you know what I'm saying, based on based on how the day go. We can let the cat out the bag.
Yeah. Now y'all already know. Everywhere we go, anything we do, y'all automatically gets way extended reach to come hang out with us all day. B. Burke's in the building. I haven't been seeing another incredible post of yours. I think you posted something recently.
Man, I've been drowning.
You've been drowning in work?
Man, drowning in work, trying to get this real estate license and look for properties and mingle with people. So yeah, I ain't had time for social media for real lately.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, focus. Focus. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Once you said you got that license, I'm like, okay.
It's on and popping.
You got one in the team.
I'm here. If you in Missouri, we ready.
Woo! Y'all already know how I feel about them states that nobody's shopping yet. We gotta get away from
They shopping
heavy there.
They shopping heavy, and I was just in a bidding war 2 weeks ago for a property, and I believe it sold like $35,000 over the asking price. It's bad. It's pretty rough here. Like, I didn't think it would get this bad, but I can't get properties because people with cash is coming in killing the game.
Wow. Well, you know what? We're gonna find our niche. All right, let me see. 5 minutes. We got about, damn, it's a lot of us in here. All right. Let me grab me a swig of water real quick. Clear my throat.
Yeah, any wins? Anybody got any wins that they want to share? That we didn't hear from last month. What are the wins? B, I see you, B. I see you. No, I already see you. Go ahead, B. Talk to us.
Talk them wins.
Talk to us. You know what I mean? Talk heavy. I see you.
I got a deal I'm going to look at in the morning, and it's like all cash. So hopefully I can like sneak in under the radar and snatch this up real quick. It's one of those rehabs, but
Nice.
it's so cheap, and it's like in a place where I could just maybe do like a Section 8 real fast on it. I'm gonna pray I get that in the morning.
Nice.
That's what we're talking about.
I just stopped speaking on it because I just feel like something is going on. Every time I speak on the deal, something just goes so wrong.
But just understand it don't got nothing. It don't have nothing to do with you speaking on it, because what's yours is yours.
I agree. I say that all the time. What's meant for me is meant for me.
Exactly. So just know that even if you speak on it and something go wrong, rejection is protection. You was protected from something. 100%. And every like everything I speak on, if it's mine, it's mine. If it's not, it's not. And so there's a book by Deepak Chopra called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And one of the laws, he talks about the law of detachment, right? And it's so vital to keep you in a spirit of just always getting what's yours. Because what happens is a lot of times we're so attached to outcomes that if an outcome doesn't happen the way we want to, we automatically chalk it up, as it being something negative. Now we start thinking negative, and then now we start attracting more negative to us, and that's why things go downhill. But what we need to realize is that a lot of times, if something, if we see something and we're attracted to it, and it doesn't happen, that's just God, the universe, signaling to us that we're close to it. So we're not even attached to it. Like, it's not even, and I, just real quick, right? God only says 3 things, never says no. You either hear a yes, a not now, or I got something better.
Bars, come on, y'all.
Okay, now. Preach in here, Ash.
Okay. I'm here for it because I'm about to feel all of that, change my whole energy level and change the vibe.
I'm telling you, you know what I mean?
All right, well, we're gonna open up. It's 10 minutes after. Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with me, and for that, I want to thank you. I'd like to welcome the incredible employed millionaire mentees in the building. I'd like to thank all y'all for tuning in, for all y'all for staying committed to what we're doing here, and realize we got a long way to go. We're going to spend an entire year together, and in this time, I expect more than half you to own properties. Like Ash was talking about, people wins. We got several people here who've been buying properties, who bought their properties. So I'm going to definitely want you guys to tune in. Chime in. Gerard, holla at the people. Dennis, holla at the people. Come on, let the people know real quick. You made your purchases. Come on, let them know you purchased yours. You ain't see it. You've mastering this technique. Share with the room briefly, brother.
Hey, good. How's everybody doing today? My name is Gerard Lewis. And of course, y'all know I'm in the menteeship because I'm in the class. What's up, Ash? What's up, Storm? Let me tell you about this win I caught. I've been looking at Alabama for a few and a couple other places. I went through a couple of deals, went into contracts, they fell through, but I pulled up on one and I just finally closed on it on 426. It's a single family residence out in Alabama. Put my team together. Everything is up and rolling. It's cash producing. I'm getting 650 right now. It's going to jump up to at least to 8. It's 100%, 100%. And the best words that Storm always loved to hear, Section 8.
Good
So,
score,
you know,
brother. Good score, man.
yeah.
So, Gerard, you know, he's in his group. You guys know that the main purpose of me to breaking you off in groups of 4 was for y'all to get to know each other better, for you to figure out who works best on numbers, who works best on property management, these things are like that, because we're like 40 deep or something in here, right? And the key for me was to let you guys know that we're not in a space where we're grouped up for a minute and then when the cameras go off, you by yourself again. So this is why my main intention was to break you off into groups. So things like this can happen where Gerard has his win. Now everybody in his group, you guys are now looking for more properties together to score you a win together. So I've been seeing the deals you've been sending me and to analyze the deals to make sure your numbers is right. But I don't want y'all to pass up those good deals. You really sending me some good deals. Now, if anything, if as far as funding or anything under the sun, let's get on the line and figure out how can we get these deals closed. Because if it's 4 of us, 5,000 a piece, 7,000 a piece, 10,000 a piece, we need to snatch these up before somebody else does. All right. The main objective is not for you to just kick around some tires. The main objective here is for you to transform your life, your legacy, and everything under the sun. We want to make sure that we start with real estate. We understand the mindset of business. We understand what our job does, our salary does, and there's a limitation on that. But cash flow, property, legacy is forever. So y'all know I'm riding with you 100%. You guys know you can reach me all the time. And with that being said, Dennis, I'm gonna let you chime in and talk to the people real quick. We got a special guest tonight, so I'm not gonna be too long and run my mouth.
Yeah, good evening. How you guys doing? Like Storm said, my partner and I, Darius, some of you guys might know him already. We actually partnered on a deal. We closed February 28th. So last thing we're doing right now is we had to move our property management team over to a new one because they weren't acting right. So, and Storm knows about that. So we moved it over. All the paperwork is in. So we're just collecting our rent right now. And I'll just say this once again. I was a little fearful, but you can't be afraid. You gotta, take a step out on faith and put it in God's hands. And it's gonna work like Ash said. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, something else can come along and be better. So I do appreciate Storm for everything he's taught us, teaching you guys, taught me. And I look forward to just making more deals. And once again, I never saw the property. It's in Alabama. And I'm looking forward to purchasing some more, so God bless. Thank you, Storm. Appreciate you, brother. God bless you.
Man. This is what I love to hear, man. I love the energy. I love the fact that you guys are really showing everybody out there that this can be done. Buying properties in other markets because our market is expensive and it can be done over and over again, man. So
Storm, I'm sorry. Can I just say something real quick? I was talking to a friend of mine. He wants to get into real estate. So he sent me something the other day. It's in Brooklyn. It's a triplex. It was 250,000. I'm like, that 250 for a triplex, that ain't bad. But then I scrolled down and started reading the details. It's in foreclosure, back taxes over 600K. The buyer's responsible, no contingencies, no inspection, and it's in the tenants are not paying rent either. I'm like, dude, this is a bill. This is not something we want to get into. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told him, you got to read through the whole thing. Once I saw that over 600K in back taxes, I told him, forget about that, bro.
Now, what do we value most? We understand that our time is money. Time is something we can never get back. This is why we learn how to delegate duties. We have other people do the things that we don't want to do, so we can focus on making sure our job is our business partner and we could get more money working at the job, taking that salary, and now you're more comfortable going to work because we know there's a limitation on work. When you get up every day and know that the job is never going nowhere, you get tired of going. But now everybody can see that if it takes me 5 properties to make my salary, then I need to get 5 properties so I can stop going to work as hard. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do now, then we still got people pulling in, which is good. Where's JD? Where's Jumani at? Jumani, I think he shared his win with us. I think he did. I don't want to put them on the spot. I didn't want to get our special guest going because we still, well, we're going to let her represent. We still got people coming in.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, we're going to let you rep because you're going to need your full time. Let me introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lindsey Smith, the young lady that I mentioned you guys about. Does incredible. She does insurance. She took care of my policies, policy on my life, policy on my property. She's taking care of all of that. This is the go-to. This is the plug. She's going to educate you guys on all the numbers and details about it. And you know what? The floor is yours. Talk to the people.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That introduction is amazing. First, I want to congratulate everybody in here because I'm hearing these wins. That's amazing. Being able to get these wins, especially in this market where, like one of your mentees said about, you know, people are out here trying to buy these properties for more than what they cost. So it's amazing. Everybody keep pushing. So thank you also, Storm. I appreciate you allowing me to come in and speak to you guys. So basically, I don't know what Storm has told you about me. I am a licensed life insurance agent. And so I pretty much focus on educating people about insurance. As far as what we're doing here today regarding investments, it's really important that I really want to share some information with you guys about how you can leave a legacy, right? You guys are already leaving a legacy by building your real estate portfolio, but I want to be able to teach you guys how to make sure you transfer these assets properly, right? So now, basically the bottom line is we're going to learn about being able to have the asset and leave that asset behind debt-free to our families while they're still able to collect the income on those properties as well, okay? So the simple way to do so, right, is we purchase life insurance to cover our assets. And there are many types of life insurance. And just to make it really simple for you guys, I'm going to use the analogy related to real estate. You have temporary insurance, which is like renting. It's like renting the home, right? We have it for a period of time. It could be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And so basically we have this insurance that can cover anything that's a temporary liability. What's a temporary liability? If we have a property that we bought and we have a 30-year mortgage or we have a 20-year mortgage, we can get a policy to cover that debt. So if I buy a policy for $200K and I now have this debt and I want to leave it behind to my family, to my kids, or my wife, right? Or whoever I'm leaving it to, I can leave it debt free by simply just getting a life insurance policy to cover that debt. And by doing so, I'm able to use this asset. I can even pull money out of this asset and still in the end, when I die, I'm able to leave it behind debt free by just simply purchasing this life insurance policy. Now, like I said, there are different types of life insurance policies. So there's different ways that you can cover these policies. Now, if I have a term policy, it's going to be very affordable. I'm able to get a lot of insurance for a very affordable rate, depending on my age, depending on my health, right? Because I have to qualify for this insurance. It doesn't have any cash assets in the term policy. But the term policy is convertible to a permanent policy. So let's talk about what a permanent policy is and how this can benefit you multiple ways in this business. If we have a permanent policy, which can be whole life, it can be universal life, okay? Let's talk whole life first. Whole life is going to be a policy that's not going to run out of time, right? It's based on your whole entire life. You will have this policy forever. So if I have a whole life policy to cover a property, it's going to do two things for me. It's going to grow over time. The death benefit grows over time. So guess what? If I bought a property for $200K, but I bought a policy for $200K, over time, my policy is actually increasing. So if I have my policy for 30 years and I have this property for 30 years, now my policy may be 400,000 or 500,000. So when I transfer the asset, I'm actually able to leave a little bit more than what the property costs. But the better idea would be I can actually borrow from this policy, take that money, purchase another property with it, still have the money left over to take care of the asset, right? And now what am I doing? Now I'm essentially leaving the asset behind. I have a second asset I'm leaving behind, right? All from the one policy that I have. Now, this route is obviously going to cost me a little bit more money, but so what? Because this is going to allow me to purchase more assets. So when you hear people talk about infinite banking and they talk about, well, I have a life insurance policy that becomes a financial tool for the rest of my life, they're talking about these permanent policies that build cash value, which are your whole life policies and your universal life policies that allow you to build a cash asset that allows you to use that cash asset for whatever you want. So in this case, using it for real estate. Let's say one of your properties get into a situation where one of your tenants messed it up and you got to fix it. Let's dip into the policy and use that money to pay for this renovation, right? And still have the policy, but now you make your property back whole so you could continue to collect rent from the next tenant, right? But you didn't have to come out of your actual pocket. You came out of this asset that you're building via your cash value in the life insurance policy. That's also going to be the policy that's going to pay your debts off when you pass away, when you leave it to your family. So that's another way that you're able to use the life insurance, right? So, and of course, it's life insurance. So when we pass away, we're just able to leave a legacy behind to our family. Alongside that, we're able to leave the money tax-free behind. Now, another thing, if I'm a real estate investor and I decide to now I'm making enough money through real estate and I'm walking away from my job, what do I also want to make sure I do? I'm trying to create income. I'm creating income through the rental, right? I'm creating income through flips. I'm creating income through many different ways in the real estate business. But another thing I can do with my insurance policy is create a tax-free retirement income. So alongside this policy helping me with building capital to gain more properties and using it to pay off the debts of my properties, I'm also able to take a tax-free salary out of this policy if I get a permanent policy, which again will be the whole life or the universal life policy. Now, one better, universal life. Universal life allows you to put in flexible premiums, okay? There is a base premium and there's a max premium. You can pay the premium anywhere in between those two. If you need a flexible premium because let's say this year your income is less than next year will be, right? You're able to pay the lower premium now, and later over time you can increase your premium as long as we don't go beyond the max. What a lot of real estate investors like to do is they dump money into this policy so that now when they're ready to borrow money to use for the next property, this money has gained interest. And they now can use this money, purchase their property. Once they get their money back from the property, now they can pay themselves back and they can keep using it over and over again. That's another example of the infinite banking, which you can use both with the universal life and with the whole life. Except for in whole life, you're going to have a fixed premium. Okay. Now, there are many, like I told you, different types of these whole life policies and these universal life policies. For me to make it very simple, let's first talk whole life. Okay. Whole life. We have a few options. One is custom whole life. What does that mean? That means we're going to customize the amount of years we want to pay this policy before we're done. Okay. So if I say I'm customizing it to be for 20 years, For 20 years, I'm going to pay this policy and I will no longer have a premium to pay any longer. But guess what? My cash value and my death benefit will continue to grow. Now, of course, because it's a 20 pay as opposed to me paying over the course of my life, it's going to what? It's going to be a little bit more expensive. But guess what else it's going to do? It's going to build my cash value way faster, supercharging it. It's going to build my death benefit way faster, supercharging it. And at the end of the 20 years, I don't owe any more premium. I'm done, right? So that's another way for somebody who's trying to grow their cash value fast, right? Because, you know, let's say, and you're like, you know, this is my goal for a 3-year or 5-year goal of wanting to use this money. Well, let's supercharge it so we can get some numbers that we're really looking for, right? Now, in addition to that, there's also pay to age 65. If you're looking to do it as a tax-free retirement income alongside with taking care of your assets, age 65 is great. Let it grow to age 65, pay the premium to age 65, then you're done. After that, you can collect the income tax-free. To add to whatever rental income that you're collecting, you now know for sure I have X amount of dollars I'm collecting out of my policy every year. Okay. A lot of times when we do that, we do it over a 20-year period, but you can collect it however you want. Okay. Now that's going to be your options with whole life. Universal life. I know you guys have heard about the IUL. That is going to be hi. Yes. Somebody has a question.
We're going to take questions at the end.
Okay. So I'm almost done. And then I'm going to let you guys ask me any questions that you have. IUL, one thing I want you guys to write down about IUL is there are different types. There is going to be index universal life. That means that your cash value is based on the index. S&P 500, Standard & Poor's, it could be based on an international index. You can even use multiple indexes. So depending on the company that you're going with will determine what index it's going to be on, okay? Second option in universal life, variable universal life. That means your cash value is based on mutual funds, okay? The growth of your cash value will be based on the mutual funds. And then there is a regular UL, traditional policy. That is going to be based on the interest and dividends that the company is paying. That's how your cash value will grow in that one. Okay, so depending on what your budget is will determine whether or not you're going to use term to cover your properties, which is going to be the most affordable option. It won't have cash value, but you can cover your properties and transfer them debt-free for periods of time. And like I said, the highest period of time is typically going to be 30 years. That's also going to depend on age. If you are 60, you will not be able to get a 30-year policy, but anybody under 60 will be able to. It's also convertible. So it will allow you to, in the future, as your income grows, you can convert to either whole life or universal life. So you don't necessarily have to start out with the higher bill, okay? Second, remember there is whole life. And remember, whole life has the options. Custom, if you're looking to do something, growing your cash value really fast. There's pay to age 65. Depending on your age will determine how many years you're paying that. And then obviously you can have pay to age 100. There are a few others like the HEC V, and I'm sure as really in the real estate investing, that's something that's of interest. That's one that's going to be cash value heavy in the beginning. They basically let you borrow about 80% of what you're putting in premium wise in the beginning. It's a scary policy though, because you take all of that money out and that policy can end if you don't put that money back in that one, okay? So it could be a little shifty in the latter years, all right? And then remember universal life, the ones that I just discussed. That's your IUL, index universal life, VUL, variable universal life, and then the traditional UL. Okay, those are going to be your most common policies. There are obviously a few others, but those are going to be the main ones. So floor is opened up. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Oh, you guys, anybody has a question, just use the reaction. I think it's reaction. You can throw your hand up and we'll definitely let her address your questions if you have any. You guys know I'm big on talking about insurance. She's taking care of my insurance my whole life. Also, I have a separate insurance policy just for my property. That's a term just in case anything happens. You know, I always talk about don't rush to pay your property off, put a policy on it, take that extra money and invest that money. So let me see. All right, everybody look like they got to the point. What's the information you have that people can reach out to you? Because normally we get that people can have some questions later and they can reach you.
Okay, absolutely.
Put it in the chat?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Okay.
Now we look at the options for insurance. We all should have some type of insurance. I don't care if it's term, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month. Have some insurance, guys. Like it's a must. Must. We got car insurance, cell phone insurance. Have something on your life. That's crucial, crucial, crucial. All right. So what I'm going to do now is also I'm going to go into talking about the work, some assignments that you guys handed in. Joy has a question. Joy, floor is yours.
Hey, Lindsey, do you service all over or
All
just
states.
all states? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, that was clean cut. That was clean cut.
And Storm, I put in there, you guys can hit my, go to my IG, and in my bio, it will have the links for everything. If you want to schedule an appointment, even if you want me to review the insurance you currently have and kind of you want to go over trying to figure out what's the correct amount of insurance that you should be looking at, you know, make sure to definitely hit me up and I'll review what you have and we can talk about the assets you have and see, you know, how you're covering it. Also, nobody be in fear of cost, because when I tell you, like Storm said, term insurance, if you're 30 years old, you could get $1 million term for $30 a month, right? So
say it again now. Hold up. Say it again. Say it again now. Come on.
I said
Let that go too fast.
So I was saying that if you're 30 years old, $1 million in term is literally $30, right? For a 20-year term, if you're healthy, right? So don't be in fear of, you know, the cost behind insurance, because I know there's a lot of myths out there that is super expensive. And it's all about the type of policies you get. It's flexible for you to be able to grow over time. But really, guys, the most important thing is that you guys learn to transfer. The thing about assets is we're building assets all the time. We're trying to find ways to build assets, but we have to protect our assets, right? Just like we're forced to get home insurance, right? They force us to get that. They force us to get car insurance because they understand how important it is. God forbid something happens, right? But we're not protecting ourselves and we're not protecting our assets. So we have to make sure that if we're going to take all this time to learn to build assets, especially in the real estate game, we need to protect them and make sure we're transferring them to who we're building it for. Like, who are you doing it for, right? Who are you doing it for? And so you want to make sure that you protect that, okay? Because a lot of us don't really realize that when you pass, whoever you're leaving these properties to, they may not be able to afford the property and maintain it, right? They may just lose it just from not knowing. They may not be able to pay the taxes and keep the house. The taxes got to get paid first, right? So for you to transfer the asset, and also remember, if you have mortgages on these properties, the people you're leaving it to, are they going to be able to qualify for a mortgage when you pass away? They may not be able to, which is why you kind of want to make sure that they don't have to get squeezed into that little box that says, sell this property now, otherwise you're going to lose it. right? That's what the insurance does for you, covering your assets. And it's important that you guys do that. I'm sure Storm has spoke to you guys also about how important having a trust is as well, because you can control the money that you're leaving behind and make sure that it's used for the things that you want it to be used for. That's all I got to say. Sorry.
Nah, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Lindsey for being here and sharing the wealth of knowledge and information. And we got nope, we good. All right, so look, I already know, because I love to have guests here, and after I speak to them, it's like the questions will come in. People could be camera shy and questions come up later. Valuable information. Lindsey, I will talk to you soon. It's time for me to hunker down, get on these assignments.
All right, guys.
It's been a pleasure, and I thank you for being
here. Thank you. All right, everybody, have a good night.
All right, take it easy, sis. So, to all my people, yeah, I wanted to do that because you guys know the key thing what we're doing is not just about real estate, mindset, real estate, transferring wealth, trust, insurance plays a big part in it. I always talk about that. We know the Rockefeller Trust from 1934. We know legacies are built from insurance policies. She's made it clear to let you know, look, you can have $1 million worth of insurance at this much money a month, like $30. If you're a little older, $40 a month, $50 a month. But the key is, guess what? You're now creating that thing that we always talk about. It's never just about the beginning. It's about the ending. We all know how a business can start. We all know how life starts, but we need to prepare for when life and business ends. That's the main purpose of me having her here. You know, the conversation about real estate can be really long. It can be really daunting. It can be overwhelming at times. But guess what? It's normally those things that cause the biggest impacts in our lives, the ones where we go, oh, do I really? You know, so definitely reach out to her. So what I want to do now is I want to talk about the assignments that came in. Anybody got any questions first? Anybody got any questions about any real estate questions, anything about assignments or anything before I get into it? Anybody? Oh, I also want to welcome the new people here. I don't have everybody's name yet. I just spot a few. Crystal Terry is one. I like to welcome Crystal Terry into the mentorship. I know we have a few more. Forgive me that who are signed up and now are in with us. But if anybody have any questions about anything under the sun, now's the time you can drop it. Not, I'm gonna go straight to the assignment and we can pick up here and look at this deal. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen so we can go over assignment. Jeff's group, who's in Jeff's group? Give me all the people. We got Jeff. Who we got? Regina is in the group. Jeff, you could just raise your hand. I can shout you out. Because right now I want to review you guys' work and let everybody see your numbers here. All right, let me get out of the YouTube here. It's been fun to everybody in YouTube. Sneak peek into our mentorship. It's been a pleasure. We see you guys next time. If you want to sign up, you can go to Mentor with Storm and we'll talk to you. And God bless. Good night. Always seek knowledge. All right, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys here. This deal right here that they find in Birmingham. Also, I want to touch on that while we at it. Those of you that are looking for deals, those of you that are finding deals,